Hi Pisces, here's your horoscope for March 2024, brought to you by planetswithin.com. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, this is your time of the year. The sun is making its way through your first house of identity and self, but it's also accompanied by Saturn, Mercury, and of course, Neptune, which is your ruler and will continue to be in this first house until 2026. What makes this month so special is we also have a new moon in Pisces in your first house of identity and self. So it's time to reinvent yourself, time to get more attention, time to make things happen. And the motivation is going to be quite high this month because Mercury, not just Mercury, but Mars and Venus here will also enter your first house. So there's a lot to be thankful for this month, and the motivation will absolutely be there. So this reading is for anyone who has a sun sign Pisces or a rising sign in Pisces. This is a general sun sign reading. And again, it has to be general because I don't have everybody's birth date, and everyone's birth chart is different and everyone's birthday is different. Anyway, so this is a very powerful time of the year because we also have the sun that's going to leave your sign and go into Aries, marking the spring equinox, second house of income and value. So you'll be dealing with a lot of that. But as you can see here, a lot of the planets are lined up on this side, and this has a lot to do with motivation. This left side has to do with motivation, self-realization, partnerships of all kinds, especially when Venus enters your sign this month as well. So there's a lot of stuff on the table this month for many of you that you'll be dealing with. Some financial, some personal, some having to do with relationships, because at the end of the month, on the 25th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra, the sign of relationships. It's going to be up here in the 8th house. So I'll get to that in a few minutes, but that's also going to bring up the theme of relationships and finances. So let's take a closer look and see what we find here with the astrology this month. So we have on the 9th and 10th, we have the first planet to make a move here, which is Mercury. And Mercury is going to enter Aries in the second house. Mercury in Aries has a lot to do with coming to realizations. It's a faster pace in Aries than it is in Pisces. And it's at the second house of values and income and finance. So you might find yourself around this time, beginning this time, talking a lot more about all kinds of business contracts and agreements, or something to do with investments or income or making money, and potential partnerships as well, all falls under this umbrella of Mercury in Aries. And so things begin to move much faster in your direction. And so you'll have to slow down a little bit to pay attention to it all, because you have a lot to handle this month with regards to juggling many different projects or many different people and, demanding on your time. So be very mindful of that, okay? That you need to also sometimes spend time by yourself and just, recharge the spiritual batteries in a sense. But this is definitely highly charged in terms of mental activity. Now, we also have the new moon in Pisces right around this time. So it's going to be at 20 degrees of Pisces right here. So wherever that is in your actual birth chart, that'll highlight that area as well. And so here we have a chance the next 2 weeks to literally bring more attention to yourself, change your appearance, your hairstyle. Maybe you're buying some new clothes or shoes. And you're feeling much better. You're feeling more empowered. Anytime we have a new moon in the sign, we always get more attention from others, or we feel a little bit more, like supercharged, because there's like a reset happening. So over the next couple of weeks, pay attention to others and, don't give away the farm, so to speak, because your sign does have a tendency to sacrifice itself over and over and over again for other people, and wanting to help them, which is a great trait. But on the downside, it doesn't allow you time for yourself and inner reflection and, giving to yourself. So this new moon is absolutely encouraging that. Now, it is going to be aspected to Uranus right here, almost exact. So there could be some very important conversations that you have that might surprise you during this time, because Uranus is all about surprises. So maybe there's some important information about money and loans or agreements or hiring new people or whatever it is for you. there is going to be a lot of talk about financial matters this month for you. So pay attention, read the small details, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, because you may be all excited and gung-ho and then you miss something in the agreement between the two people. Be as clear as you can about what you want and communicate that to whoever you get involved with. You know, if it's business or personal, whatever, you know, lay the groundwork down, you know, and the foundation for what it is that you're trying to create here. Okay, but this new moon is fabulous for reinventing yourself. Now, Venus enters Pisces also a few days later. So now we're looking at Venus, which is also about partnerships. It's also about financial matters, and it's in your sign of first house. So there's several things. Everything I just said about partnerships absolutely applies here, but because Venus is in Pisces, you become more alluring to others. You know, it's like they're drawn to you for whatever reason, and they don't know why. You know, it's like we become more attractive to everyone when we have Venus in the first house. But here we have to be very realistic about our expectations with other people. So once again, this is why I'm saying pay extra attention to what you're doing. Just don't go with the flow and think everything's great, and it probably will be, but I'm just saying pay attention to the small details, because you may be glossing over things that are going to be important. Now, the other thing with Venus in Pisces is looking good, feeling good, wanting to, you know, be impressive, changing hairstyle, changing clothes, wearing flashy clothes, wearing bright colors. This is all part of the theme of Venus in Pisces. So you might find yourself going clothes shopping, or, you know, doing something with the aesthetics in your life. You know, maybe you want to remodel your home or paint your room or do something with color. You know, Pisces loves color. And so you might, you know, depending on, again, where this is in your actual birth chart, that's the area that gets lit up. But for the most part, this can be about partnerships of all kinds, business or personal, now that Venus is in your sign. So take advantage of the opportunity while this doorway is open, okay? Now, the sun enters Aries on the 19th and 20th. Now, this is where the energy begins to shift quite a bit, because this is the time of the year when the sun begins to rise higher and higher into the sky in the northern hemisphere. And so this is the actual you know, astrological rebirth in a sense, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. And it's and you know, in the northern hemisphere, things are getting brighter, the sun is staying out longer, we got more sunshine, and the soil is more fertile. And this is why at this time of the year we have symbols of rabbits and eggs, because they symbolize fertility of the soil, fertility of new projects and endeavors. And here in the second house, once again, the theme of self-employment, making money, anything to do with income of some form, any form of investment. Also, again, potential partnerships of some kind. All right, so this is all the theme between here in the first house, between the second house. It's the same theme throughout the whole month. And so you'll be having to make some choices during these times. But fortunately, with Mars and Aries, the motivation is much higher with Mars and Aries. And so there could be some impulse. This is why I'm cautioning you to pay attention to the small details, because Aries is very impulsive. And, you know, so you could be leaping into something and you're not sure what you're getting yourself into. So pay attention. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Mars also adds into the mix. So it's like, you know, the energy is not letting up on you folks that are Pisces or Pisces rising, because Mars is also about motivation in the first house. Now, Mars and Pisces in the first house is very reflective also, because Aries represents, and Mars and Aries are one and the same. Mars represents the self. So when Mars is in Pisces, it's not exactly the greatest alignment, because it tends to bring out maybe the emotional side of Pisces, or sensitive side of Pisces, or self-worth issues related to Pisces. So there's definitely a reflection upon oneself when Mars goes through the sign of Pisces in the first house. And notice all these other planets in there too, you know. So it's a big, important month for many of you. You know, partnership, self-realization, opportunity, you know, of all kinds, physical opportunity, like, losing weight, gaining weight, that sort of stuff. Working out, exercising, absolutely highlighted with Mars in Pisces. But one of the things that you guys really do need to be around quite a bit is water. Pisces is the fish. Where do fish live? In the water. So spend some time by a lake, a river. If you can't get it there, take a nice hot bath, a longer shower, splash water on your face, get a fountain for the home, whatever it is that involves water. You guys will feel so much better when you're around or in water. So take advantage of that. Now, the last alignment for the month has a lot to do with partnerships and relationships because it is a lunar eclipse and a full moon in the sign of Libra, right here in the 8th house of transformation. This has to do with other people's money, shared resources, taxes, credit cards, loans, bills, all of that stuff falls under this umbrella. And so, but it is in the sign of Libra, the sign of relationships. So here, you're really questioning a current relationship or working relationship or something that you're doing with another or a company or a group that you're thinking about detaching from, moving away from, or maybe they're thinking about moving away or don't want to be a part of your endeavors anymore. It depends on your actual birth chart, but again, I'm being very general here. And so this could be the end of a relationship, a business relationship, or maybe a contract or an agreement is coming to an end and, it's come to a conclusion. Lunar eclipses bring in realizations, endings, completions, and it's aligned to Pluto in the 12th house. So it's absolutely suggesting an ending to something. An end of a partnership, an ending of a project, an ending of a financial matter. Maybe you're done paying a loan, stuff like that. Maybe you're done paying taxes off, And so this is all under the umbrella of this lunar eclipse. So whatever it is, I'm sure you'll be fine and you'll deal with it. But, it's bringing to light a lot of responsibility, and you will have a lot on your plate this month to deal with. So just slow down, center yourself, and do the best you can. All right? There you have it, Pisces. Have a fantastic month. Meditate on who you really are. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. So go and experience and stay centered. All right? Have a great month, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.